How you doing, everyone? Scott back again. I'm here to jump on this thread for 10 albums that you think are shit, and it can't be St Anger because that's too obvious. So basically Jurgen and Metal Mickey, they came up with this kind of thread together, I think, talking about the 10 albums that maybe some people love that you just think are absolute shit. And there's we've kind of got into this habit in the VC of talking about albums and just saying, yeah, it's okay, but I'm not sure about it, when you could just come out and say it's absolutely a pile of horseshit, which I have done, I'd like to say, in the past. In fact, I'm going to show an album that I said was absolute shit about 2 updates ago. So this is what we need. It's you'd rather watch a video of somebody saying albums are shit than albums that are just amazing all the time, which I know obviously a lot of us buy these albums because we think they are really good. But there's a lot that I've kept that I just think are absolute crap, and I'm going to show you them right now. They're in no particular order because I think they're all pretty much as shit as each other. So I'm going to wade in with a heavy hitter just to get some meat off the bone, and it's going to be AC/DC Back in Black. I hate AC/DC pretty much. I got this for VCLT. I don't think I've ever bought an AC/DC album. In fact, that's a lie. I bought the Razor's Edge, and for some reason I found that it was snapped in half, and let's just say it wasn't the worst thing that happened to me that day. So, I mean, all these songs just do nothing for me. There's a lot you hear on the radio, there's a lot you hear in films. I don't get it. I don't get the whole AC/DC thing. I've said this before in videos, whether it's on this channel or Contact in Blood. AC/DC just do fuck all for me, and if I lost this or somebody stole it off me and I'd never listen to it again, I'd be very, very happy. So Back in Black, crap. Next is Black Label Society and Sonic Brew. I think I mentioned this one before as well. When I first picked this up, I thought it was like, okay, it's a bit of a plodder, you know, you're just like, it's fine, but it's long as fuck. I mean, it's 15 songs. I mean, I think there's only one that's maybe like a minute something on it, and I think I've listened to this 3 times and I'll probably never listen to this again. Why is it still in my collection? I've no idea, but it is. Probably just for this video, so I've had something to show. Next up is going to be a highly regarded band, but this is where they completely lost me. I've not heard anything after this album. Cinderella, Heartbreak Station, they just went too bluesy. Even on Long Cold Winter, that was starting to turn. But there are some cracking songs on that. One of the best power ballads I think ever written. One of my favourites. But this is where they just went too bluesy, and I just fell off, and I just went, nah, fuck that. So that's that one. Next up is going to be actually a band that's been mentioned already in this thread by somebody else, and I was quite shocked at the album they picked, but I'm going to pick the same band but a different album. Skullfest, Way of the Road. I love the first two Skullfest albums. I thought they were awesome, and for somebody who wasn't really into the new wave of traditional heavy metal at the time, I was really pleased that I did actually kind of jump on board with those because of the albums that I really liked. But they came out with this third one, Way of the Road, and it just did nothing for me. The production's crap. The vocals are too far back in the mix, and the songs are just lackluster and do not grip me in the slightest. So Skullfest, Way of the Road, crap. Another big hitter that will get me some thumbs down, but this is honestly one of the shittest albums in my collection. Kiss and Destroyer. I don't know what you say. Alright, it's a great album cover, it's a legendary cover, but this album itself is just shite. 2 good songs. Detroit Rock City is great, as a great song, and God of Thunder is a great song. The rest absolute crap. I don't know how this gets so much praise. It's beyond belief, because it's honestly some of the worst crap I've heard. So, Kiss Destroyer in the bin. Next up, Dio, Angry Machines. I think when I first described this, I'm trying to remember, think back now when I first got this. I thought it wasn't the best, but when you listen to it now, it's like Dio with no ideas. It's just bang bang ba ba ba, and it's boring as fuck. So Angry Machines, Dio. Next up, I don't know how many I've actually done. This could be probably over 10, and I'm glad these are all CDs. I've only got about 3 vinyl. My vinyl collection is actually looking pretty positive. Next up is Gamma Ray, To The Metal. This is the first Gamma Ray album I heard, and it didn't do anything for me. I thought it was really generic, especially when I was looking at all the videos of people showing Gamma Ray. I thought, do you know what, I really need to kind of jump on board with these guys. I bought this maybe 3 or 4 years ago, and it's actually put me off buying any more Gamma Ray since. Just generic riffs. It didn't do anything for me. I just thought it was a really generic album, and it kind of put me off Gamma Ray ever since. So Gamma Ray, To The Metal. And on with the vinyl. Scorpions, Love at First Sting. Honestly, this album just does my head in. It's like every song that they do on this album, they have this kind of 1.5 minute outro where they just repeat the same line over and over again and over and over again. And you know that way when you're listening to it, you think, for fuck's sake, end already. That's what I'm like with this. There's a lot of songs on this that I just feel like, you know, just shut the fuck up. So Scorpions, Love at First Sting. The album that I mentioned a couple of videos ago, Tiramis, Queen of Thieves, terrible. I gave this a couple of listens before I did my update, and I thought it was bad, and now I know it is bad. It doesn't do anything for me. The vocals on this are horrific. I just can't get on board with the vocals. It's just so strained, and the thing is, the music's okay, but the vocals are just ridiculously bad. So Tiramis, Queen of Thieves, and the last one is an album that I've really kind of fallen out of love with. I used to really like this album, but I think over the years, the more I've heard it, the more it's just completely put me off. White Lion and Pride. It's so boring. If I ever hear that song Wait again, it feels so like a whingy album. Yeah, it's completely put me off. I think I've just maybe heard it too many times, but yeah, White Lion and Pride. Bye. So, like I said, my do you know what I might show? That was over 10, but I might show some more. Oh, I've got one here. Man of War, Gods of War, terrible. I'm trying to think of what's the one that really does my head in. I think it actually is the song Gods of War. But I mean, it's a long album, and there's all these kind of segments. It's obviously meant to be a concept album, but it's conceptually crap. And this is another one. When I first got it, I thought, you know what, it's okay. But obviously, the more you hear something and you just hear it over and over again, you just think, fuck it, hell. You're just like, it just grates on you. You know, there's always these kind of like wee interludes where there's not really much happening, and you're just like, I'm pretty sure the first song, Overture to the Hymn of the Immortal Warriors, I think it goes on for about 5 minutes without anybody even singing. You know, it's boring. So, Man of War, Gods of War, and I think I'll leave it at that. I probably could have pulled out a really big hitter while I do it. Nah, it's not really that bad. But that's my stack of crap. I do urge you to do this, because it's almost a release that you're finally accepting that you've got shit in your collection. But I mean, vinyl wise, not too bad. That's mostly CDs, and to be fair, I'd be pretty gutted if I'd spent all the money on vinyl buying these. So I mean, there are positives of having crap in your collection. Plus, you get to do this this awesome thread. So yeah, get on it. Get all your shit out of your collection and shows it.